Alright, so I've seen units ask how to build their DPS units, which stats to build them with, and how to really check it, right? So some people have the misconception that you should be checking this. Now, unless you're Asta, no, you shouldn't. But Asta, to be fair, only has attack. But except for that, every single unit scales the exact same for attack and magic attack. And it's really everything else about them that makes everything like this relevant. So we're gonna kind of be talking about it today. I already did mention it a bit in a previous video, but I kind of wanted to go more in depth, and especially for the Canada global players, I did want to mention it. So every DPS unit, of course, has the same stats, or like the same like attack scalings for magic attack and attack. Now, for most units, unless you're weird, they're going to be built with either attack or magic attack and not both. Now, every Asta obviously will be built with attack because he has no magic. So that already makes sense. You're only going to want attack main stats and no magic attack main stats for someone like him. Now, the same goes for like Yamis and anyone else, right? And how would you tell? Well, one stat is greater than the other. That's basically it, right? So when you see that attack is higher than magic attack, you would want to build with attack so that when you scale, it's going to go up even more. And it's going to go up, obviously. And if you give, like, let's say, for the upgraded attack set, I don't know if I have a piece, but the upgraded, okay, I do. So the upgraded attack set gives 8%, or sorry, 7% attack and magic attack. And it would just like basically be multiplying with itself even further if you increase the attack stat more than the magic attack stat, right? Because the attack stat is already higher. And it would basically be the same for all of the units. Even this Yami, which by the way, go to drip, right? This guy also has higher attack. So a good way to kind of tell is on Pride Win. If we pull it up in, well, right now, Pride Win. If you really just don't know how, or if you're just like not using your brain, you can easily just check here, right? Attack, and you see all the attack units are these, right? It's basically a gap between the DPS, and if you want to just put DPS SSR, there you go. You're gonna see a clear shift between the attack units and the magic attack units. So we've got Asta, Kiato, Yami, Raya, Yami, and Jack as our attack units. And for magic attack, we've got Vanessa, Leopold, Fauna, Noel, Julius, Fuego, and Lich. So those are basically the differentiations between the two. So if you go on Pride Win, if you go on the site, you're going to see this. You're going to click on Black Clover M, go to character stats, and you're going to be able to see which stat you're going to build it with if you're just not like looking really in game. But of course, it does show you in game. Now, there's other things that we got to mention for this too, because that's not really the only thing. So, of course, there's buffers in this game. And depending on which buffers you use and how you want to use them, well, I mean, it's going to certainly make certain units better. And then if you build them in certain ways, then obviously it's going to scale even further. So for someone like William, of course, he's going to be better with attack units because he increases your attack and not magic attack. So if you scale only off of attack and you don't leave for any magic attack and main stats, then that is definitely important. You definitely want to make sure that you, especially if you have like a buffer like William, that you only scale off of one. But if you don't have a buffer like him, then it's fine to scale off of both. And also there is all attack buffs, and let me go to Sally. I just want to explain how you would use Sally. So of course she gives a magic attack buff, but also an all attack buff. So like, of course, if you don't have much magic attack, it's still fine because you could still use a good amount of her kit, but it's mostly better for like Fuego, Leopold, Fauna, Noel, all that stuff, right? Now, if we actually talk about how to build, like, gear-wise, let's talk about that. So, gear-wise, this is definitely the best way that you're going to end up building it. So, it's going to look like this in the future, right? But obviously, all LR gear and all the attack pieces. Because right now I got... Oh, actually, it is all attack pieces. All right. So, yeah, this is how you want to build it for every single DPS unit. You're going to want four rectangle, vertical rectangle attack pieces, and then 3 to make the full sets. Now, how it's usually gonna go is you're gonna have the attack, and then depending if you're a speed unit, you're gonna have speed. If not, you're gonna have like crits, right? So those are like the 4 main sets. If not, penetration is also good, which I have on right now. But of course, it's gonna take a while. Just you want to make sure that when you start getting gear, you're gonna want to be able to profit the most you can, and this is definitely the way to having 4 rectangles and then 3 squares and then 3 2 sets, because you do not want 4 sets. 4 sets are shit. They mess up how the gear is, and it's gonna make it so you can't have a full square. 4 sets are pretty good for like their 4 set bonuses, but the thing is you lose out on so much stats. Like if you put defense and HP, I'm telling you, you lose out on so much potential damage, and it's not even really worth it unless for some reason like you need it. But for DPSs, usually you obviously you want to go full DPS. So this is how you're going to be building your DPS units, and I don't really see any other way to. So you got to make sure you check many things, of course, main stats, and then you got to have substats, but that's more in the future, right? And from there, which buffers you have, how you want to use the units, which stat they have higher rate away, right? And yeah, that's basically it. Check character stats on Pridewin. Shout out to Pridewin again. Pridewin.gg. I'm probably too lazy to put it in the description. So yeah, just check out Pridewin. Amazing site that really does help see who has the highest speed, who has the highest attack, magic attack, HP. Curious, who does have the highest HP? Rades, then Asta. Mars is pretty low. Defense-wise, Mars just obliterates Asta. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.